Hello YouTube, Damo_23 here and welcome back to another episode here on the YouTube channel. Today's video, it's episode number 15 and it is the last video that we will do in charge of Arsenal Football Club, and that is because the league title has been achieved. With that being said, give the episode a like, do subscribe to the YouTube channel, and today we have a chance to do the treble as we have the FA Cup final versus Jurgen Klopp's men and Liverpool Football Club before playing Manchester City at the Bayern Munich Stadium with a chance to win the Champions League. Both trophies are trophies we're looking to hunt in this challenge as well, and it'll be nice to get to Aston Villa with everything nicely ticked off, and then we can focus on winning the Premier League and eventually winning the Conference League and the Europa League. With that all being said and done, we finished on 98 points this season, which is a massive effort. Only 2 draws and 4 losses. Those drop points were against Wolves and Spurs, and we lost to Man United 3-0, Liverpool 3-2, Aston Villa 2-1, and Palace 2-1. 2 of those losses coming in the first 3 games of the season, which just shows we were pretty damn good for the rest of the season. With that being said, people would be interested in the data hub as well. We finished on 109 goals, 21 goals more than the 87. We conceded 4 goals over our XGA, but still have the best defence in the league, and we finished 14 points over our expected points. We were definitely more predicted to come first, and we definitely did. Now, let's get into this game here against Liverpool Football Club. I'm not going to go through the team, in its entirety in this video. Only reason for not doing that is I want to, before the Champions League final, to go through the players I've really enjoyed, my favourite players here at Arsenal, and then, obviously try and win the treble. But let's go through the team that is starting, and I would imagine this team will be the same team that starts in the final of the Champions League, barring any injuries in this game. It'll be Ramsdale, White, Saliba, Gabriel, Tierney, Declan Rice, Havertz, Odegaard, Saka, Martinelli, and Victor Osimhen. It's been world class. This team has been the best team in the land this season, and now we just need to go prove it in 2 games. And in 180 minutes' time, we could be FA Cup and Champions League winners and treble winners in Season 2 here with Arsenal. Now, let's go have a look at Liverpool. They've got Alisson in goals. Can't wait to use him. Can't wait to use Trent as well. Konate is elite on Football Manager. Van Dijk is world class. And Joe Gomez is playing left back, kind of like real life. Thiago's not particularly great on Football Manager. Someone I'll probably look to sell if I don't win the league first season with Liverpool. Alexis McAllister's elite. Szoboszlai grows into an amazing midfielder. Salah's Salah. Diaz is Diaz. And Darwin is Darwin. That's all fantastic. On the bench, though, is Kelleher, Palic, Jota, Gakpo, Elliott. Don't know why Robertson's not starting over Gomez, but so be it. Tsimikas, Robert Renan. Is that the Brazilian Renan? Yeah, it is. And David Calabria, the Italian, makes the bench for Liverpool. We have got a big tie here in the FA Cup final. Doesn't come up any harder than Liverpool, I will say, in a final. Generally, Liverpool, they travel with so many supporters, have world-class support, and are just always up for a final, it so seems. They never have a bad final, so to say. People will say the Champions League that we lost 1-0 to Real Madrid. We dominated that game. So, maybe they won when Karius throws the ball into someone, maybe. But, yeah. Anyhow, let's go. Let's see what we can do. Arsenal, Liverpool, big game. I think we've been the best team in the world in this save. And hopefully we go and prove it today. As Odegaard with a free kick from deep. Backstick towards Osimhen. 1 touch should be a goal. We're 1-0 up. And just like that, we lead 1-0 in the FA Cup final 9 minutes in. Victor has been a joke this season. He's been fantastic and definitely one of the players I'm going to highlight before the Champions League final. But we lead 1-0. Odegaard with a great ball back stick. Victor rolled off Trent, which he can sometimes do, and Becker's just left helpless because Victor ain't missing that one. With our first chance, it goes in and we lead 1-0. And, well, we had the best defence in the league this season. If we keep a clean sheet, we win the league. We win the FA Cup, I should say. But easier said than done against Liverpool. And, well, Alexis McAllister has taken a free kick over Trent for whatever reason, and that is 1-1. It's a pretty good hit. Maybe Ramsdale could do a little bit better and get his ball a little bit more set. But that is a great free kick. And as we utter the words about clean sheets, it's gone and it's 1-1. It's not going to be easy. We play the 2 other best teams in England and in the land. And, it is what it is. Anyway, Luis Diaz with the ball. Punts one down the channel to no one in particular. And Saliba's going to pick that one up. He finds Saka. Saka beats one, does he? Does go down the line. Cuts it in towards Odegaard. Great ball towards Havertz. Heads and just wide. Beckham maybe would have had it covered. If you look at the match momentum in the top right-hand corner, we have been dominant. But the stats will tell you it's been even. Odegaard going on a run. Szoboszlai dispossesses. Joe Gomez, Big Verge, and he will be able to dictate the tempo. Konate, both Liverpool centre-backs on bookings. Important to note that. All the way back to Alisson Becker. Konate now. Trent's gone really inside as he generally does in Football Manager and in real life at the moment. So Bosley finds Darwin. Darwin, Núñez. Look, if he could finish like he does in real life, if he could finish like he does in Football Manager, like he does in real life, Liverpool would win the league easy. But instead, in real life, he misses everything, but on Football Manager, he scores everything. And in Football Manager, he just made it 2-1 Liverpool. And the dream of the treble is currently up in smoke as Darwin Núñez beats Ramsdale, and it is 2-1 Liverpool here at Wembley. To be fair, deserved on the basis of play. Liverpool have been better in the last little period. Be a corner here for Odegaard. Can we make it 2-2 from the set piece? Good ball in towards the front stick. Cleared away, so Bosley flicks only as far as Saka. Takes a touch and finds Martinelli. He's superb. He is superb. Saka finds Martinelli. He doesn't miss many. And into the bottom of the post and in. It is back to 2-2. It's 4 goals inside the first half of the FA Cup final. It's pulsating against 2 of the best teams in the land. And it's currently 2-2 in a very tight one. It's cleared away only as far as Saka. Great ball out of Martinelli. One touch, picked his spot, and Becker can't do anything about that. And it is 2-2. 5 minutes of added time because there's been 4 goals. Fair enough. Ramsdale, Gabriel, Declan Rice. Great ball to Osimhen's feet. Poor touch though. It's a Bosley. Luis Diaz. Odegaard wins. Falls back to Gomez though. He goes on a run. He cuts one. Darwin's there. 5 goals inside the first half. Darwin scored again. It's 3-2. Apparently Joe Gomez has got a left peg and knows how to cross. As a Liverpool fan, I've never seen it, but sure. And it is 3-2. Apparently Gomez is better than Robertson. Never seen Gomez cross with his left foot ever. But anyhow, 3-2 down. FA Cup final. This one hasn't gone the script, has it? Thrash the arms and tell us we need to be a little bit better. Defensively woeful. Which is unlike us. We need to find another goal now. Time ticks away though in this second half. Not a highlight yet. Even game of football on paper, but somehow this XG from both sides equaled out to 3-2. Doesn't make much sense. Time ticks away though. Not even a highlight brewing. Here we go. Okay. I think the front three's had a good game, and I'm not going to take Saka off in a big game. I don't think I can. Declan Rice is on a booking. Don't want to take him off either. What I might do is move Deck Daddy into centre mid on attack and get Party on and say to Havertz, not your day today. Tierney's had a stinker. Zinchenko comes in as well. 2 changes. Can we find something here? Martinelli's not 100%, but Zanolo is suspended, so I don't really have an option there. 77 minutes played. Osimhen's not had the best day either, to be fair, apart from the one chance. Got to bring Gabriel Jesus on up front. Don't want to do it. Big call. Smith Rowe in. Has scored goals on the right wing. Saka's off. And that means in penalties, one of our best penalty takers is off, but we need a goal. 85 minutes played. There's not been a highlight in this second half somehow. You demand more. Got to be a highlight here, Football Manager, surely. We've been so well classed this year. In a game that had 5 goals in the first half, there was not a highlight in the second half and we lose 3-2. Sure. All right, fair enough. Liverpool win the FA Cup. Well, the treble no longer acquired. The treble is dead. Liverpool win the FA Cup. They beat us here. If you look at the match momentum, sporadic for both teams. I think once we score the first goal, we kind of got to go on with it. Very unfortunate. The best team in England did not win the FA Cup in this save. But the team I support did, so I can't be too mad. What we'll do, though, is we'll cut to the Champions League final, and I will happily trade in the FA Cup final to win the Champions League here against Man City. That is for sure. If I had to pick between the two, it will be the Champions League, and hopefully we beat Manchester City, or else we're just a bunch of bottle jobs. Champions League final versus Pep Guardiola and Manchester City. It doesn't become harder than that. And after the disappointment of the FA Cup final, losing 3-2 in a pulsating game against Liverpool, in our last ever game at Arsenal, I think we are deserved to win this trophy. Obviously, Erling Haaland's one to watch out for. Apparently, he's unhappy. I don't know what he's unhappy about, but sure, hasn't scored many goals in the league this season. Unhappy about failing to win the Premier League. Well, there you go. Apparently, he's not happy they didn't win this year because we were dominant throughout. Let's go talk about this Arsenal team, though. I have so many nice memories of these players, etc. I think the first one I have to point out is Odegaard's really good on Football Manager. Even though deprived of game time this year because of injury, ticks the game over really well. Highly recommend if you can get him in. As much as Saka's been okay, and don't get me wrong, I think Saka's fantastic in game. Martinelli's been the one. In real life, has not done nothing. But 17 goals, 19 assists at 7.69 this season. 20 goals and 24 assists in all competitions. That's 45 goal contributions throughout the whole season. So huge and so important for this season. Highly recommend Victor as well. I think there is a more clinical year in Victor, but in your first year in the Premier League to score 15 and 27, to be part of a Premier League winning side is huge. And he's seen it in a few other episodes. He chips in with the big goal and scores in the big games. He even scored in the FA Cup final that we lost just then. So, look, nothing against Victor. I think he's fantastic. I highly recommend him again. I just think if I had another 2 seasons of Victor, you would see the best of him in the next couple of seasons as he's more embedded into the Premier League and its culture, etc. But hopefully he goes ballistic here today as well. Lucky last, it has to be Saliba too. World-class centre-back. Goes up there on the list of best centre-backs I've used in this game. Guy sweeps up everything. We have obviously one of the best defences in the league this season. Highly recommend Saliba. In terms of the team, for the Champions League final, I am going to make one change, and Tierney is going to come out. Zinchenko is going to come in. Zanolo's back to the bench. Emery makes the bench. And Ethan's going to get a quick little shout out too. This kid on Football Manager, his potential is nutty. In my Wrexham save, he grew into a world-class player. He has scored for me here at Arsenal at 18 years of age. Scored in the league, scored in the cup. I believe he's even scored in the Champions League. I'm going to look to loan this kid in a few different points throughout, the other save points with other clubs, Sheffield, Ludens, even Palace. Try get him in on loan and really try and, get him to be maybe a cult hero of the save. With that being said, Pep Guardiola, Manchester City, let's get into it. Your team for our final ever game in charge of Arsenal, and your team to potentially win our first ever Champions League trophy in this save is Ramsdale, White, Saliba, Gabriel Zinchenko, Rice, Havertz, Odegaard, Saka, Martinelli and Osimhen. If we play the best that we can, we win the Champions League. We are on our day the best team in the world, but the team that we play on their day are also the best team in the world and are untouchable. Edison is in net. What a world-class goalkeeper, even though Alisson is better. Football Manager sees it different for whatever reason. John Stones, Ruben Diaz, Guardiola, and Nathan Ake, all world-class. Rodri in the middle, fantastic. Kovacic and Mateus Nunes with Phil Foden, Jackie Grealish, and Haaland is up front. That means on the bench, you have got the likes of Akanji, Calvin Phillips, who grows very well, Rico Lewis, Cancelo. There is no De Bruyne. He is injured for the Champions League final. Let's go, boys. Let's go. Can we do it? Let's find out, huh? In Germany. Would be nice. Would be nice. Are we going to win the UCL today for the first time in the save? Or is this a trophy that is going to elude us for the time being? Let's go find out. I would rather trade in the FA Cup for the Champions League because we will get a shot at the FA Cup in every single season of this save. The Champions League with a world-class side, maybe not as often until we get to Man City, Liverpool, maybe if we build Chelsea into a world-class side, Spurs, that sort of stuff. Anyway, Jack Grealish on the ball. Ball inside of Haaland. Ramsdale's beat, 1-0 down straight away. This hasn't gone to plan. Our last episode here at Arsenal, and it's going to be Bottle Job City, huh? We've been the best team. We have 98 points in the league. We've been so fantastic. And we're going to go lose the FA Cup final to Liverpool and the Champions League final to Man City. Makes no sense. No sense. 1-0 down. What a ball through to Haaland. Ramsdale's beat. 1-0 down. Corner Martinelli. Whippage. Front stick Saliba. Our first chance down the other end goes in. It's 1-1. Well, there was goals aplenty in the FA Cup final, and there's goals aplenty already here in Germany in the Champions League final, and it is 1-1. Martinelli with a great ball in, and Saliba rises highest, and we are 1-1, and we're back on level pegging. Both teams with their first shot has gone in. Odegaard to take. Will he shoot or will he cross? We've got height in the box, but this is a shooting opportunity for the left footer. And he does shoot, and it wasn't far away. Edison watches it over the bar. 20 minutes played, even start, 1-1. Zinchenko, Foden, Diaz, Kovacic, Rodrigo, Guardiola, Ruben Diaz, John Stones. This is the Man City side that did knock us out in a penalty shootout in the Champions League semi-final last year. Kovacic, who scored that day, misses versus Ramsdale then in a big moment from City, goes wasting away. Zinchenko now, Martinelli, back to Gabriel, finds Havertz, inside to Odegaard. Odegaard now gets crunched. Ben White, what a ball to Saka. What a ball. Osimhen didn't win it. It deserved a goal. What a ball out to Saka though. Ben White now. Declan Rice, he can recycle and we can go the other way. Great ball to Havertz. Fired into his feet. Ben White dropping in. Declan Rice now, Saliba. Saka's wide and wanting it at feet. And he finds Odegaard. Saka gets on his bike. Doesn't find a run. Gabriel now. Havertz drops in again to pick it up. Zinchenko has one over the top. Havertz made the run. Havertz is in the area. Havertz scores. Flag stays down. It's 2-1. Arsenal lead in the Champions League final here in Germany. 28 minutes played. From 1-0 down, we lead 2-1. We led in the FA Cup final. We lost. We're behind in the Champions League final. Now we're ahead. Great finish from Havertz. He's been huge in the middle of the park. His goal contributions in this season has been absolutely amazing. If you just look at the league alone, 15 goals from the centre of midfield is outrageous. 19 in all competitions. It is nutty in that centre mid on attack. We currently lead 2-1, which is brilliant. 40 minutes played. We are loving life here so far. Half-time approaches. We take that lead in the half-time. We're 45 minutes away from winning the Champions League. I'm delighted with the performance. Just keep it up for 45 more minutes, boys. Even game, not many chances. 4 shots, 1 City, 3 shots, 2 Arsenal. Usually we go out there and have so many opportunities. We've been a little bit more cagey in the last 2 games. Maybe the final has put a bit of pressure on us. Osimhen's not had his best day up front. And Victor's going to come off here for Gabriel Jesus, who I do trust a lot. Martinelli's there, but I'm not bringing him off here. This is our last ever game we're going to use these boys. To be fair, I'm not making a change till the end of the game now. Zinchenko, Martinelli, who is tired, but he needs to stay out there. He's so well classed. Gabriel, Zinchenko. Don't know who he looked for, and Edison swept up easily. Ruben Diaz. Kovacic. Mistake, Martinelli. Oh, John Stones did enough. Martinelli wins it back, though. Poor ball. Grealish, picked off by Gabriel, but back to Rodri. Grealish now. Here comes City. We gave the ball away needlessly in this highlight. Ben White wins it back, though, superbly on Grealish's touch. Saka, Jesus' feet. Oh my God, the runner Havertz. Havertz is through here. Havertz with a chance. Has just missed the chance to win the Champions League. We have dominated second half. Look at that match momentum in the top right-hand corner. Absolutely dominant from Arsenal, and Havertz has missed the gilt edge one-on-one to win the game. 83rd minute. Ben White finds Saka with the throw. If he has to go the way back, we can. Declan Rice inside to Ben White. Good touch. Havertz. Odegaard. Football. Jesus. Effort blocked. Rico Lewis, Kovacic, we get on the press. Gabriel Jesus wins it. Saka in the box, hits, scores. It's a Champions League final win for Arsenal. There's no way they're coming back now. And Saka has just sealed the deal on our first Champions League in the save. It's going to be an Arsenal day out to remember. After losing the FA Cup final, I think we're home. What a press from Jesus. Saka with his non-preferred right. Free Edison's legs. And we lead 3-1. And unless City score quickly, and there's a highlight for us instead, it's going to be all she wrote. Saka now. Goes all the way back to Saliba. Odegaard, great touch. Havertz, Saka. Oh, it's so beautiful. City have been lit up. 2 goals in 3 minutes. And this Champions League final is decided. It is Manchester City 1, Arsenal 4. Saka, great ball back to Saliba. First time around the corner to Odegaard. First time to Havertz. First time to Saka. One touch. Edison wrong-footed. What a goal. What a movement. That 4-3-3 is delightful. And well, boys, we may not have done it against Liverpool, but we have done it against Manchester City. And we are 4-1 winners in the Champions League final. Outrageous. I love it. I love it. Here they go. The trophy getting walked across by Odegaard. And the boys are ready to celebrate. What a special way to end our last ever game in charge of Arsenal. And in the last game of our last episode with Arsenal, we win the Champions League. It is a perfect way to end. And that is superb. Congratulations, guys. We won Arsenal their first ever Champions League trophy. And we are the best team in the world officially now. And there we go. With that being said, let's go save the game here quickly. As the game is saving, let's go put it in. Domestic Cups equals 0 this season. No good. Put that in red. We have one trophy to add to this list with the title. And that is the trophy that says we won the Champions League. We finished on 98 points total. Won the UCL versus City. Lost the FA Cup final versus LFC. Brilliant. Won the UCL versus City 4-1. Should put in there 4-1. Lost the FA Cup final versus LFC 3-2. Perfect. Look at that, boys. 98 points. Beat City in the 4-1 in the UCL final. And only Liverpool, the only team to really stop us this season, huh? The only team to beat us twice. There we go. What a special team. What a special moment. Have a look at Aston Villa. They finished 5th in Season 2. Hopefully, we can get them up the table in 2 seasons. Try and fight for the title. I'll see you guys for the next episode where we'll be officially in charge of Aston Villa. Thank you very much for checking out the Arsenal side of this save. And if you're excited for the rest of the challenge, let me know in the comment section. Let me know who you're most excited to see me manage. See you guys next time. Thank you and goodbye.